Hi, good morning, ladies. Good morning. Hello, good morning. I hope you all having a good start of the weekend. I hope you're all okay, and I'm really happy to have you all here. My name is Beryl. I'll be your trainer for the day. I have my colleagues in the chat box. So I have Sandra, you can see her messages there. Then I have Johanna. And then in the back end, we have Judith. You won't be able to see her in the chat section, but they are all here to help with this session, to answer your questions. So feel free to write anything. I mean, any questions, any clarifications that you might have as we move on with the session. So maybe before we start, we can have everyone who is here introduce themselves. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from, so that we can acquaint ourselves with each other. Hi, Peace. Good morning from Lagos. Good morning, Peace. I'm happy to have you here. Who else do we have here? Who else is here? You can drop your name in the chat section. Just tell us who you are and where you're from. You can also just even give us a brief introduction about your business so that we can know. I think we are all here to learn. So I'm here to learn from you as you're here to learn from me. So let me know where you're joining us from. Introduce yourself in the chat box. You can see I have my colleagues Sandra and Johanna in the chat box. All right. So like I mentioned, my name is Beryl. It's a good start of the weekend. It's bright, it's sunny, and I hope it's sunny also where you are. All right. So let us know. Udoku, good morning, Udoku. Udoku is joining us from Enugu, Nigeria. All right, I should make a visit to Enugu someday. Adewale, um, Adewale is joining us from Osogbo. I hope I've said that right. I hope I have pronounced that right. So thank you so much for being here. We are 5 minutes past our start session. Maybe we can give one more minute for those who are joining us. You can introduce yourselves in the chat section and tell us where you're joining us from. I'm really happy to have you all here, uh, as I'm sure you are, to be here because we are all here to learn. So if you're joining us, just tell us where you're joining us from, introduce yourself in the chat section and where you're joining us from. You can also give us a brief introduction about your business. So maybe if you're dealing with jewelry, you can tell us I'm dealing with jewelry. If you're in the hotel sector, you can tell us. We would like to know. Let us acquaint ourselves with each other. All right. So one more minute for the guys who are joining us. You can tell us where you're joining us from. Hi, Husseini. Husseini is joining us from Kaduna. Good morning. Good morning. Rabiatu, I love your name. That's a beautiful name. All right. Azuama Peace from Ogun. Welcome all. Welcome, Peace. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Oyetola. She's joining us from Ibadan and she's in the hair business. That's really good. So thank you so much for being here. I'll probably just kickstart our message. It's 7 minutes past our starting time. Sandra Chibuzo. Hi, Sandra. Yeah. Thank you for being here. And Chino from Port Harcourt, and she's a food vendor. Thank you so much for being here. So maybe we can start the session. If you're ready to start the session, just give me a thumbs up in the chat section. I'd like a go ahead from you. Give me a thumbs up, a smiley, or a yes in the chat section so that we know we are all ready to start the session. Like I mentioned before, my name is Beryl, Beryl Okwach. I'm a trainer with Impact Her, and I'll be taking you through today's session. All right. So the topic today will be how to create your digital marketing strategy. So maybe before we start again, I can reintroduce my colleagues. There is Johanna and Sandra. They're in the chat section. They'll be helping with answering to your questions and catering to, any arising questions or clarification that you might have. So feel free to, you know, raise your comments, raise your questions in the chat section as we move along. I'll also be coming back to look at your questions so that I don't miss anything. All right. Thank you, Oyetola, Chino, Adewale, Azoma, and Patience. So go ahead from you. All right, you're going to start. Okay. So, like I've mentioned, the topic today is how to create your digital marketing strategy. How to create your digital marketing strategy. I don't know what you understand by digital marketing, or if you've tried digital marketing for your business before. Um, if you have an understanding of digital marketing, maybe you can let us know what is your understanding of digital marketing. What is digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? So, what do you understand by digital marketing? You can start by answering that. I'll be looking at your responses in a few. But before we get there, this is good. This is what we are going to cover today, the agenda for today. There are three topics that we are going to cover under creating a digital marketing strategy. So the first thing you need to do is to understand what is digital marketing. So if you're talking about creating a digital marketing strategy, you first need to understand what is digital marketing. And we're going to cover that. The second thing we're going to go over is discovering the various digital marketing channels that we have. So you have an understanding of what is digital marketing, and then what are the channels that can help you, implement digital marketing for your business. So what are the various types of channels that you can engage with? And then after that, after understanding digital marketing and knowing the various channels, how do you create a plan for your business? So how do you get on the ground and start the practical bit of digital marketing for your business? Those are the three topics that we are going to cover today. Before we start, I know there's a lot to learn. We can't cover everything about digital marketing in this one session. So if you'd like to learn more, if you have a business or you have a business idea, and you want to learn more about how you can start your business, how you can utilize social and digital for your business, there's so many things, there's so many topics to cover. You can sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. There's the link, g.co/hustle academy. My moderator, that is Johanna or Sandra, are going to post the link in the chat section. Just copy the link and paste it on your browser. You can sign up later after this session. So sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. It will help you learn so much more. It's like a 360 educational experience on digital marketing. So sign up for the Google Hustle Academy, and it's free. So you don't have to worry about, making payments or something like that. So sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. The link will be posted in the chat section. Then you'll get to learn more about digital marketing. So I had asked you before we started, what do you understand by digital marketing? Sorry, what is digital marketing? What is your understanding of digital marketing? All right. So I'll go back to the chat section and look at your responses and see if we have an understanding of digital marketing. What do you understand by digital marketing? And after that, you can also, maybe when you're answering what is digital marketing, you can also tell me what are the kind of opportunities that you might get from being online. So if you have business pages, if you have a social media page for your business, if you have a website, what do you think are the kind of opportunities that you might get from being online? So I'm looking at your responses in the chat section. Let's make this as interactive as possible. I mean, every answer is correct. There's no right or wrong answer. Yeah. So just feel free to respond in the chat section. There's the link for the Hustle Academy. It has been posted. So what opportunities might you get from being online? if you're taking your business online, what do you think are the kind of opportunities or benefits that you think you can get from taking your business online? Do you have any answer? All right. Like I mentioned, I want this to be very interactive. So it's not like a lecture session. All right. So it's not a lecture session. Looking to interact with the responses in the chat section. Maybe you can let us know. And I don't want to pinpoint people, pick out people and ask them to respond. So let's just do this on our own free will. Azuma says awareness and ideas from people. That's correct. So that is one thing you can get from, taking your business online. Mariam, hi Mariam, welcome. Do you have a response to the question on the screen? What opportunities might you get from being online? Peace has said it's you get awareness and ideas from people, which is very important. You if you take your business online, you get a lot of brand awareness, you get to reach out to more people. Yes, Peace, you get a wider range of people to know about your business. That's correct. And that basically narrows down to awareness. And then we have Mkechi. uh Digital marketing is all about creating awareness of your business on different social media platforms. That is also correct. I can see we all have ideas on, what is digital marketing and the kind of opportunities that you can get from being online. And I mean, from you being here in this session, it shows that there's something you want to learn about what benefits what benefits you can get from taking your business online. All right. So I like to talk about, when you want to make a decision for yourself, whether it's business, whether it's personal, you need something to you need research and facts to justify your decision on. So you can look at, in sub-Saharan Africa alone, that is the greater, I mean, that is the sub-Saharan Africa, there are 747 people who have SIM connections. Basically, these are your potential customers. If they have SIM connections, that means they are reachable on mobile. All right. And 91% of South Africans own mobile phones. So maybe if your business has its reach in South Africa, then you can imagine that 91% of the population in South Africa alone have access to mobile phones, and 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively. All right. So these are potential clients that you can meet by taking your business online. Now, of the 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively, some 65% of active mobile users. So remember, this you have 80% with access to mobile phones. So 65% of active. Now, the ones who are active with the mobile phones in Nigeria have shopped online. That means from the comfort of their homes, from the comfort of their offices, they're able to know about businesses, they're able to know about products or services that they need and make purchases at the comfort of their homes, their offices, and wherever they are. So this is something that you can try and leverage on for your business. All right. Now, there's this 80-20 rule. There's an 80-20 rule that only works well with productivity, and it's also called the Pareto's principle. And you can apply it in different aspects of your business, of your life, everywhere. 80%. Now, in business, 80% of sales come from only 20% of population. So if you have 20% of population, 20% of the general population just online, it can create a ripple effect of 80% sales. All right. So if you just get to reach to like 20% of the population, it basically um it basically projects increase in sales by 80%. All right. So this is also something that gives you a basis, a justification on why you need to take your business online and why you need to leverage on social media platforms, or search engine platforms. All right. So some of the benefits, I asked a question in the when we started, what do you think are the benefits that you can get by taking your business online. And we had some of you answer in the chat section. You talked about brand awareness. You talked about getting to reach more people. All right, that is expanding your reach. And basically, this is it. You reach more people globally, so it's not just limited in, if you're based in Lagos, if you're based in Abuja, your clientele is not just limited to the geographical location that you're in. You can your reach is far more beyond that. It can go to other states, to other countries, internationally, depending on the kind of geographical coverage you want for your business and what you're dealing with. So there's a potential of reaching more people globally. The next thing, the other benefit that you can learn, is you learn more about your customers. By being online, you'll understand their online behaviors. You'll get to understand their online behaviors, and there are several tools that come with the various platforms that you can use, that will give you insights about your audience. Insights that is, could be their demographics, their age, their gender, the kind of devices that they use, what times are they online. All right. So you also get to learn, you can get allowed to learn about their values, their preferences, the challenges, their pain points, where, and this will help you in, understanding where you can meet them online, to be able to market your business, to show that this is the challenge that you're experiencing, and then this is the solution that we have for you. So you get to learn more about your customers. The other thing is you gain insights with social media analytics. Like I mentioned, there are several the different channels that you're going to use. If you're going to use Facebook or Instagram, there are tools that will help you, by using these tools, understand how your social media performance is ongoing. If you've made a post, you'll be able to know how many reactions did you get to the post, and why did people react to that post more than probably the other post. If you had an post with an image, maybe on Monday, and like Wednesday you posted maybe a post with a video, and the video content had more reactions, more engagement, you'll be able to understand why. All right. If you're doing social media marketing, you'll be able to understand what's working for you and what's not working for you. So you gain insights with social media analytics. The other thing you get from being online is to build your audience profile. You're able to build your audience profile. This is in terms of the content they engage with. How are they reacting to your content? Which types of content are getting more reactions? So by this, you should be able to know, what to use more for your posts, in able to, at the end of the day, achieve the objective, the social media objectives that you have for yourself, and in general, your business goals. The other thing, you get to build your audience profile. So you get to understand your buyer persona, you get to understand the types of behaviors that your audiences have, what are they reacting to more, what do they want, what are their preferences in terms of, the product or service that you're offering. The other thing is conversions. You've understood your audience, you've understood the type of content that they resonate with more, but are they taking the action that you want them to take? Because at the end of the day, as a business, as much as you're looking at awareness and, engagement, at the end of the day, you want to make sales. Are they taking that action as you would like them to? And what can you do to ensure that they take this action? The other thing is also traffic sources. By building your audience, we'll go back to understanding their online behaviors. you know so you understand, where are they coming from? If you have so many people visiting your website, let's say, you'll get to understand, where are they coming from? Did they come from social media? The kind of devices that they use, you'll be able to know that. And once you understand that, you can create a digital marketing strategy that is specific to what's needed, which helps you, you know put in the right resources, put in the right efforts, and remove possibilities of duplication of efforts. It also helps you in resource planning, okay, which is very important, because you don't want to waste resources and not get conversions at the end of the day. So you also get to communicate and support your customers when they engage with your content. You'll be able to know if they interacted with your product or service, or how they've interacted with your business. What is their feedback? What are they content? What do you think? I mean, do they have recommendations on anything you can do better? Do they have recommendations on what you can improve, to try and keep your business? Because as much as you want your clients to purchase from you, you also want to keep them. You don't want it to be a one time purchase. So this also helps you learn a lot about um, customer retention, and that is basically understanding your customers and ensuring that you're continuously meeting their needs, and listening to them. It's very important to listen to your customers. It's very, very important to listen to your customers, because if they're not happy, then there's no way your business is going to thrive if your customers are not happy. So it helps you to communicate and support your customers. All right. So I'll pause for questions. We've basically gone over the benefits of taking your business online. All right. I'll pause for questions. If you haven't understood anything up to where we are, or if you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat section. I can see we have more people who've joined us. Nancy, Realtors Global, good morning. Hi, Nancy. You're joining from Lagos. Welcome. And then Rita talked about, I think she's answering the question like that I asked, what are the benefits that you can get from taking your business online? So she said creating products and service awareness using social media platforms, which is right. All right. Antonia just joined us. Aloy just joined us. Welcome all to this session. You haven't missed much. So do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? At this juncture, do we have any questions? If there are no questions, it's also okay. As we move on, you can also drop your questions. But if you're ready for us to move on to the next topic, so we were going to cover three things. The first, what we've covered is basically an understanding and an introduction to digital marketing. All right. So we'll move on to the next topic. There were three topics that we were going to cover today. All right. If you're ready to move on, give me a smiley as well. I'm just waiting for your go ahead. I wouldn't want to move on if we're all not on the same page. So if you're ready to move on, give me a smiley, give me a thumbs up. You know, I'll only move if I'll only go ahead with, the session if I get a go ahead from you. Like I said, it's not a lecture session. Let's be as interactive as possible. If you're ready to move on, give me a thumbs up or a smiley. All right. Uniquely read. Thank you. That's a nice smiley right back at you. Shared. Thank you so much. All right. I think that's a go ahead to move on. Thank you, Peace. All right. So we'll move on to the next topic for the day, the digital marketing channels. All right. So you've understood what digital marketing is. What are the various channels that you can use to execute business? What are the various channels that you can use to execute, the digital marketing? So there are 6 channels that you can basically leverage on to execute your digital marketing. And all this we're going to cover in detail. The first thing is search engine optimization. All right. Search engine optimization. Then the search engine marketing, social media marketing, display marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. All right. So these are the various channels that you can use for to execute your digital marketing. Basically, search engine optimization is very organic. It's more or less organic. So you don't pay for search engine optimization. It helps you in ranking on the search engine. And if you have a good SEO on your website, it improves your ranking on the search engine, and the potential of more people clicking on your website, having more people, having more traffic on your site. So it's basically optimizing your website according to the content that you're sharing, ensuring that it's content that resonates with your audience, and optimizing the keywords on your site to ensure that you probably appear on the first page or on the top searches in the search engine. And search engine marketing is paid advertising on your website. All right. This is paid advertising on your website. Social media marketing is basically paid on your social media channel. So between the difference between search engine marketing and social media marketing is social media marketing is um, sponsored ads on your social media pages, and search engine marketing is sponsored ads on your website. All right, but it appears in the search engine. We're going to go over this in detail. The other thing we're going to cover is display marketing, which is basically marketing. It has there are various forms of display marketing, but this type of marketing, it helps your ad appear on other publisher sites that are not exactly related to your own website as a business. So it can appear on other publisher sites. The other thing we're going to cover is email marketing. Is also one of the channels for digital marketing. So it's basically sending out bulk emails to your clients. If you have a hit list for yourself, if you have an email list, this is basically maybe sending out bulk emails to your emails on probably if you have discounts, if you have new products, such and such to your clients. And content marketing is creating and sharing different types of content. Could be infographics, could be blogs, could be newsletters, guides. All of this is content marketing. So it's basically content that your audience needs. And how are you going to create that? We're all going to cover that. Okay. So how do you get started with search marketing? How do you get started with search marketing? So search marketing is really focused on what your audience is searching on the search engine, and that is the search query. What are the keywords that your audience are using to search for related products or services that you're offering? So depending on the type of keywords that they're searching, you can curate your ad, you can formulate your ad to appear on that. You also have to bid on the keywords, but you should be able to understand the specific type of keywords that you can use for your ad. The next thing is paid text and shopping ads. So I don't know if you can see my screen clearly. You can see where my arrow is pointing. So these are shopping ads, and you can see here, if you can see my pointer, you can circle, you can see it's written sponsored, yeah. And then on this, the next search query, you can see there's a box written ad, there's a listing, and then there's a box written ad in a box, yeah. So this means this website is running paid ads. That is the Google ads. That is the search engine marketing that I talked about. It means these two, which have appeared on the top searches, the first and second, they're running paid ads on their site. So they're shopping ads and they're text ads. And then organic search listings are basically listings that they're very well optimized. That is quote unquote search engine optimized. So they appear on the first page of the listings in the search engine because they probably have the right keywords, and they've probably been running SEO on their sites, and it has helped to improve their listings on the search engine. All right. Moving on to the next slide. So we said search engine optimization. Basically, what is search? How do you get started with search engine optimization? I did mention that to improve your SEO, to improve the SEO on your site, you need to optimize your keywords. You need to understand what are the kinds of keywords that my potential customers are searching on the search engine. And when you get to understand this, you can include these keywords on your website to improve on your ranking. And SEO takes time. It does not just work. If you start SEO right now, it doesn't mean that you'll start appearing on the first page immediately. It takes time. It takes time to improve on your ranking. So this is something you're supposed to continuously work on throughout over a long period of time. So how do you get started with it? There's an app called Google Search Console. There's a tool called Google Search Console. So you can sign up for Google Search Console, and it helps to basically submit your content to Google. and monitor the kind of searches that are going on your website. So with Google Search Console, you're able to get information on the type of keywords that your audiences are using, and if they came to your website, which page did they come to mostly. You understand their kind of behaviors. When you understand the kind of keywords that they're searching for, these are things that you can include in the content on your site, to also help with your SEO. And you also get alerts on critical issues. With Google Search Console, you can also submit a sitemap to Google. So submitting a sitemap to Google, it helps with Google can Google crawls on your website, and it gets to, if someone makes a search on the search engine and you submitted a sitemap of your website, so Google crawls on your site and it helps to understand, this is what was searched for, and this is the content that's on the website, and they kind of relate. So it helps in, you appearing on the searches for that specific query. All right, you understand? I hope we are all on the same page. The next thing you need to do to ensure you're working on your on your SEO, you need to create unique and accurate content. Be very specific on the content that you're sharing, and it should be something that your users want. It should be something that your users need. So make sure your content is very specific to your audience's needs. You create good titles for your website pages. So you can have uh, titles that are very specific to search queries. That's why we talked about understanding and optimizing keywords on your website. So you need to understand, to have good and appealing titles, that might bring people on your page. And you also have heading tags. You can put heading tags on your titles. So these are you can have title tags, and you can have heading tags on your pages to ensure that the different kinds of keywords that people are searching for will still bring people to your site. It also helps to ensure it helps to improve your ranking and your listing in the search engine when people are making the same kind of queries in the search engine. So what are the search engine optimization tips that we can share with you today? You can run a keyword search. I've touched on keyword optimization throughout when we started up to now. So you need to run a keyword research, understand what your audiences are searching for, understand the kind of content that they want, understand the search queries that they are using. The next thing, you need to publish useful and high quality content. If we go back to the previous slide, you'll see here we've talked about creating unique and accurate page titles and creating um, basically unique and accurate content. So you need to post content that your audience wants to read. You need to create content that your audience wants to know of. It's not about you, it's about your audience. All right. And you also need to ensure your web pages are search friendly. Don't complicate things, don't overcomplicate things, because if you have so many complications on your site, if it's not easy to maneuver, if it's not easy to read or understand, you'll have a high bounce rate, because you'll have people coming to your website and leaving because it's very hard to maneuver through the pages. I don't understand this kind of content. This is very complicated for me. I need, assuming I was your potential client, if I come to your website, I need to be able to skim through it, understand what you're offering, probably at the first glance, because nobody takes so much time to read over so many content. So make it simple, unique, and accurate. Accurate is the word. All right. And make sure your web pages are easy to maneuver and very search friendly. You can also build visibility with Google My Business. I know Johanna will post the Google My Business link in the chat section, so you can sign up for Google My Business. With Google My Business, it helps you also appear in the search engine when people make a search for your business. And the benefit of having a GMB for your business, it's very visual, so you can share posts, posters, you can share if you have upcoming events, you can share events, you can share your business working hours. People will be able to understand this business operates from this time to this time. You can include your contact. If it's appointment hours, you can also include appointment hours, and people are able to leave reviews of if they've interacted with your product or with your service or with your business. They're able to build reviews. So how do you build your visibility? Make sure you sign up for GMB. If you're not signed up for Google My Business, you can sign up. The link will be posted in the chat box. If you've signed up and you're also experiencing some issues with verification, you can let us know. There's a link that will also be shared in the chat box. You can reach out to the partner companies that you are working with to verify your business. And if you also have problems with verification, there's a support link that will also be shared. Johanna will share all of this in the chat section. Make sure you copy and paste the links in your browser. They should help you with working on your GMB. So there's also a free marketing kit that you can utilize for making sure that you create the right content for your site. So this is the free marketing kit. The link to this will also be shared in the chat section. This tool basically helps you with creating stickers, posters, posts for your site, because as it is, nobody takes so much time reading a lot of words. So if you have wordy content, make sure you reduce on the words and share uh, posts that are more visual, share posts that are more appealing, create stickers, posts. And this tool, the best thing about this tool is it's free. You just click on the link, sign up, and that's it. You get to the benefit of also being in this session, you get to understand and know the various tools that you can use, and they're all free. So this is something that you can also leverage for your business. Make sure you try and use the free marketing kit. It helps in creating posters, social media posts to help build your business profile. Okay. So I talked about search engine optimization. I did mention it is very free. You don't pay to optimize your website. It's basically about the kind of content that you're sharing. Is it the right content? Is your website user friendly? Are you using the right keywords? Are you using the keywords that your target audience are looking for on the search engine? All right. And search engine marketing is paid. Sorry. Search engine marketing is paid marketing. You pay to appear on the top searches. You bid on keywords because several people are also running ads on their website. So you bid on keywords. Basically, the top search is the probably the person who appears on the topmost search paid the most when they were bidding on keywords. Okay, so the difference is search listings under SEO are free. And the search engine marketing, you pay to appear on the top searches. You pay to appear on the first page. The second thing, the difference, and I've talked about, is you optimize on keywords. On search engine marketing, you bid on keywords. The highest bidder appears on the top. All right. The other thing with search engine optimization, and I did mention this, it takes time. You need to always optimize your website. It's all a process. You need to work on that over a long period of time. All right. But in search engine marketing, since you've paid for that, you've paid on the keywords, you've paid to appear on the first page, you can get on it straight away, dependent on the budget that you have for that action. Okay. So if you haven't understood anything, like I mentioned, make sure as we move along, you just drop your questions in the chat box. I will get back to the chat section. I should be able to answer a few, and Johanna should be able to answer some as we move along. So how do you get started with search engine marketing? How do you get started with search engine marketing? So the first thing you need to do is to log in onto Google Ads. The link will also be shared in the chat section. Johanna will post the link. click on the link, paste it on your browser. You can interact with the tool later on after this session. So make sure you log onto or you sign up on under Google Ads. All right. So you log into Google Ads and then you start by create a campaign. You'll see a tab over there. It shows create new campaign. So you start by creating a new campaign, and then there are several options. Select search. All right. So select search for the campaign type, and then you indicate the goals that you have. Indicate the goals that you want for that specific campaign. If it's awareness that you want, you can indicate your goal as awareness. If it's engagement, you can indicate your goal as engagement. If it is conversion, you can indicate your goal as conversion. So this helps in it will help in ensuring you get what you want at the end of the campaign. You should be able to know, this is the goal that I set for myself. At the end of the campaign, this is what I achieved. So while creating your campaign, you're also given a choice of picking the right keywords. you know Understanding the kind of search queries that your audience makes you know what you can use for your website, for your ads. So make sure you pick the right keyword so that your ad appears when someone is like looking for, the kind of, if they're looking for a related product or service that you're offering, it helps on your ad appearing. Okay, so make sure you pick the right keywords. All right, and you can also use negative keywords. Assuming you're college, or maybe you have an intake, you're a college and you have an intake, maybe you're dealing with marketing courses. All right, so assuming you're a business and you're a college and you deal with marketing courses, so you have an intake coming up we are in May right now, you have a June intake coming up, and you want people to sign up for marketing courses because you need students to you need students to register with your institution. So you can write down the marketing courses as your keywords, because the kind of marketing courses that you're offering. And then maybe there's someone who wants a PR course, so you can include PR as a negative keyword, so that when someone searches for PR, your ad doesn't appear. So this helps in ensuring that you reach the right kind of people, the right audience for your business. The next thing, you need to write a compelling ad. You need to have the right copy that will make someone interested in the ad, that will make someone click on that ad. All right, so you will have headlines, and then you will have, for the headlines, make sure it's something catchy that people will click on the ad, will have people click on the ad. You also need to have ad extensions, or when you're creating your ad, the extensions could be your number, the number that you want people to reach out to. So you can have the contact us as an extension. You can have your, like, assuming on your website, the specific page for the marketing course, you can have that as your website, so that they click the right page that you'd want them to click to when they come to your website. So search engine marketing tips: you need to optimize your keyword list, and we've talked about that. Use the right kind of keywords. All right, and you also boost your ads with extensions. If you have an ad, like I mentioned, you can have your extension as contact us. You can have your extension as the specific page that you want these people to visit when they come to your site. So make sure you utilize ad extensions on your ad, and connect your Google Ads account to connect your analytics account, because this will help in measuring the performance of your ad. You should be able to know, I created this ad. How did the ad perform? How many people did it reach? How many people clicked on the ad? All right. How many people took the action that I wanted them to take? Which page did they visit when they came when they came to your site? So connecting your ad to your analytics account helps in measuring the performance of your ad, and then you should be able to understand what's working for you, what's not working for you, and how can you tweak that to work for you. Growing your business on social media. Growing your business on social media. How do you grow your business on social media? So you can generate more sales. You can generate more sales for your business. You can generate more sales by reaching the right kind of people, reaching the people who specifically need your product or service, you can also add value to your brand. The way you depict your brand on social media, the way you position yourself on social media will help you add value to your brand. How do people interact with you? What will you be known for? All right. So this also revolves around brand reputation. The next thing, it will help you improve your marketing. If you're just doing normal posts, and they were not specific to the kind of content your audience needs, it will help you to understand. Social media will help you understand the right kind of information to put out there. And if you're doing paid ads on your site, how do you curate that? How do you make sure that you're doing social media marketing the right way? Okay. So organic social media and paid social media. Organic is paid, like it is, you pay for it. You can pay for views, you pay for actions. If you want someone to message you, to call you, you can redirect them to your WhatsApp. All this you pay for. All right. And organic social media is free. This is just the normal posting. This is social media management. It's the normal posting that you have on your site. All right. And if you're doing organic social media, you basically reach people who are following you, people who followed your page. If they reshare your content to their pages, you get to reach out to, by extension, their friends. But all this you're not paying for. It's just related to the kind of content that you're pairing, that you're sharing. With paid social media, you can reach anyone. You just need to, you know, when you're creating your ad, when you're creating your social media ad, you indicate the kind of people you want your ad to be shown to. This can be people who are not even who've not even liked your page, but they have shown interest on their searches. They probably shown interest on your product or service, so you get to reach them depending on, because they previously showed interest. All right. Okay. So how do you get started with social media marketing? We've talked about search engine marketing. Now, how do you get started with social media marketing? First thing, and it's the most important thing, and it's basically the same as in social media marketing, you need to identify your target audience. It saves you a lot on the kind of resources that you can use when you're doing when you're running your paid ads. So you identify your audience in terms of their demographics, their age, their gender. You get to understand your audience in detail. All right. Then you can also get to know where they are located, their profession, their interests, their online behaviors. You can also get to, identify your target audience according to their salaries. All right. So it helps you with the first thing you need to do is identifying your target audience, because you want to focus the right efforts to get maximum results. The next thing you need to do is to choose your social media channels. If you're using Facebook and Instagram, I mean, as a business, if you're starting, it's very important to choose the right channels that will work for you and where your audiences are located. All right. So that is why we go back to and identifying your target audience. If you know who your audience are, then you'll know the kind of channels that they are on. All right. So you get to choose your social media channels. The next thing is to post engaging content regularly. If you understand the behaviors of your target audience and their interests, you'll know the kind of content to share. You'll understand what it is they want to see, what it is they want to interact with. All right. So you get to know the kind of content that you can share. Could be photos, could be videos, could be infographics, if it's blogs, if it's live broadcasts, if it's guides. You get to understand the kind of content that can reach out to your social media. So these are the tips that you can cover, or you can take note of if you want to do social media. Set a goal for yourself. Set a goal. What do you intend to achieve? What do you intend to achieve? So set a goal for yourself, understand your audience, and set a goal for yourself, understand your audience, and make sure you are consistent. You don't want to make posts today and then make the other post after 2 weeks. People will not even be interested in your page. So if you want to keep people engaged on your page, make sure that you are consistent in your posts. Make sure that your posts are regular, to have people always on your page, to have people understand, you know, make sure people are always on your page, engaging with your content. Okay, there are different forms of content marketing. You know, remember that we are going over the channels, we are going over channels of digital marketing. So under content marketing is basically the kind of content that you're sharing, and this content should be content that resonates with what your audience wants. This is content that will help your audience interact with your page more, with your business more, with your posts more. All right, could be videos, could be blogs, could be case studies, could be guides. If you're on LinkedIn, LinkedIn has a lot of thought leadership. So do you intend to be a thought leader on LinkedIn? You can be the go-to person for, you know, if you share a lot of industry needs, you could be a go-to person for your target audience, for them to understand maybe there are new products in the industry. These are the kind of changes that are happening in the industry. So make sure you post engaging content, make sure you post appealing content, make sure you post content that your audience can engage with. So how do you get started with content marketing? Basically, it's you still go down to understanding your target audience. It still boils down to understanding your target audience, and you need to build a buyer persona for yourself before you start with sharing content. You need to understand the and we've covered understanding your target audience. You need to understand their demographics, their interests, their needs, their pain points. It will help you know the kind of content that they want to interact with. All right, and you can also map user journeys. All right, you can also map user journeys, identify the steps users take from awareness to purchase, understand if they're if your target audience is engaging with your content. Maybe you reach out to them and they engage with them, but they are not converting and you want them to convert. You should be able to know why are they not converting, you know, and you'll be able to know probably they're not converting because of this and this and this. Then you'll be able to know what to tweak to make things work for you. So it helps you map your user journeys. All right, so you also need to share content that generates, you know, at the end of the day, builds your business. So you make sure to build appealing content, use the right channels, use the right channels for this content. If your business is a B2B business, you can mostly focus on LinkedIn. LinkedIn really works well for B2B businesses. So make sure you also you choose the right channel for that. It will help you to know the kind of content that you're sharing. Instagram is very visual. You can have a very appealing images for your your Instagram pages. Okay, and make sure on every post you indicate a call to action. What is it that you want? What is the kind of action that you want your customers to take? So make sure you always include a call to action on your post, on your content. Include a call to action for them. Okay, so the tips that will help you utilize content marketing more is basically use content to facilitate the sales process. Okay, like I mentioned, use appealing content, use content that is consumable with your target audience. Use content that your audience wants to consume, and that also takes you back to understanding your target audience. The next thing is to use storytelling to engage the audience. Storytelling could be videos. You can have a short video. Maybe your people are having problem with maybe you're selling phones, or you're selling a technical product. You can do a short video, or maybe how to use, maybe it's a mobile phone. How do you use this mobile phone? What are the features of this mobile phone? So you can have a short video. Make sure that everyone wants a story. We all consume storytelling posts really well. So you can do videos, you can use carousels, even on Instagram, on Facebook, you can use carousels, you can use multiple images. So you can try a lot of storytelling in the kind of post that you're sharing. So, and also distribute content to maximize reach. Distribute content to maximize reach. All right. I've talked about this. I mean, this is by creating accurate content, appealing content, content that is consumable with your target audience. And at the end of the day, you need to know if your efforts are paying off. So make sure you measure performance of your posts. Make sure you measure performance of your social media activity. It will help you understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what can you do better. Okay? Communicating at scale with email marketing. So email marketing is one of the channels of digital marketing. How can you use how can you use email marketing to reach out to your target audience? So make sure you create personalized content. Make sure you create content that is personalized to the kind of people that you're sharing your emails to. Don't just send out, general emails. No one will click on it. No one will read through your email. Okay. Make sure it's personalized, that is related to what uh, this customer needs, related to what this customer wants. Okay. So with email marketing, it's basically for, you can use it mostly for people who have interacted with your business before, assuming you're a shop that sells iPhones, so you're an Apple store, all right, and then you probably only sell iPhones, and then you started bringing in phone covers or screen protectors. You started bringing them in, but and you have a list of emails of people who probably bought iPhones from you before. So how can you get them to interact with your business again? You can send out blast emails with the email list that you have. Send out blast emails to them. You tell them, we've brought in new products. Now we have cell phone covers, iPhone covers. Now we have screen protectors. There are different colors uh, the different colors of these what phone covers, so you can come in and buy again, things like that. So make sure you get return customers for yourself. And email marketing really works well for you know audiences that have interacted with your businesses before. So how do you get started with email marketing? Select an email marketing platform. There are several email marketing platforms that you can engage with. So you can start with MailChimp, which is very free. And if you want to do more advanced, if you want to look at more advanced features under email marketing, you can go to Active Campaign, SendGrid, and Drip. They have probably additional more features, and you'll have to pay to interact with that. So maybe just try and Google MailChimp. Make sure you Google this, look at the various features that are being offered by these platforms, and is it something that you want for your business? Okay. So you need to select an email marketing platform, and then you need to build a list of relevant contacts. Most people go out and buy emails. There are people who've collected information from from other audiences, and then they sell these emails. But will they work for you really? Make sure when people interact with your business, uh, you collect their information that will help you to reach out to them again. If you want to build an email list, for example, you can have an inquiry form on your website. Under the contact us page, you can have an inquiry form. So people, if they've interacted with your site, it means they are interested with what you're offering. And if they filled out the inquiry form, you can have a tab where they indicate their emails. So these are people who are already interested in what you're offering. All right. Okay, if you're sharing out newsletters, if you're a thought leader on LinkedIn, you can have people subscribe by, when they're sending in their subscriptions to receive your newsletters, they share their emails. So these are already your potential customers. Okay. So make sure you build a list of relevant contacts, and make sure the content that you're sharing is relevant and useful. Like we mentioned before, make sure you personalize your emails. All right. So the tips for email marketing success is you need to segment and group the list, your list. So this is dependent on their interests. All right. So segment your email list. Don't just send out emails to everyone, and they probably not all of them are related to the same thing. So make sure you segment your emails. Keep it simple. Sometimes these platforms can, sometimes the platforms everything online is very technical, so it can fail, it can work. So make sure you test. You can have a test email. If it's a colleague, if it's a colleague, send out a test email to them, see how the email looks, see the formation, make sure it's going out well, make sure the content is well, make sure it's in the right format, and then you can send it out now to your audience. The next thing is to also, like I mentioned, every single time, whatever efforts that you're making, whether you're doing social media marketing, search engine marketing, content marketing, make sure you measure the performance of that. So you can measure the open and click rate to optimize campaigns. You can know using, depending on the platform that you choose, you can know if people opened their email, if they clicked on it, so you're able to know why are people not opening my email, or if they opened, how many people opened the email, so make sure you always measure your efforts. um I'm going to take questions from here. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? How do I know keywords my clients search for? So like I mentioned, you can use Google Search Console. You can use Google Search Console. Um, and analytics, you can also know the kind of keywords that your audience have been searching for. So it's basically to interact with the various channels that we have mentioned. Make sure that you go to the back end, learn the search queries that your audiences are looking for. Basically, that's how you can know how the kind of search queries that your audience are interacting with. I mean, your audience are searching for. Uniquely ask, as an entrepreneur who is into manufacturing, how do I juggle between my work, family, and always creating content? Do you advise getting someone to do it on my behalf? Okay, there are social media specialists. If you have the capacity and the resource to pay someone to do the work for you, that's also good. Most businesses do that, but it's dependent on your resources. But if not, you can create a day, maybe if it's an hour or two over the weekend. If you understand the kind of content that your audience wants, you can create a content calendar for yourself. You can create a content calendar that runs probably Monday to Friday, and schedule this on the various social media platforms that you can using. There's always a scheduling option, so you don't have to go online every day and post. Okay, you can create your content, a calendar with the posters and text, and then you can schedule that depending on the platform that you're using. Okay. Thank you very much. What about the hashtag usage? So also hashtags helps in making sure your audience get to see your content. So make sure on Instagram and Twitter, hashtags really work well on Instagram and Twitter, but make sure you don't overdo it. Make sure you don't overdo your hashtag usage. So you can also use hashtags you can use trending hashtags, but they have to be things that relate to what you're offering. I mean, if people are talking about politics, and you're maybe in the hotel industry, you can't use the same hashtags. So make sure the hashtags that you use, the trading hashtags that you use, are hashtags that resonate with, the post that you've made out. Okay. How do I know the keywords my audience search for? I've already answered that. Make sure that you try and use or interact with the right platforms for that. Okay. So the last topic that we're going to cover is how to build a digital marketing plan. How do you build a digital marketing plan? Okay, we've understood what digital marketing is. We've understood the kind of channels that you can do for digital marketing is. So the last thing that you're going to cover is building a digital marketing plan. You need to understand 6 things when you're creating a digital marketing plan. The first thing is to have goals and objectives. You cannot just create a plan if you don't have goals and objectives. And then you need to know your budget. What are you willing to put in? What are the kind of resources that you have? The next thing is understanding your audience. I've talked extensively about this throughout this session. The other thing is understanding what channels. We've also covered this, all right? But you're going to skim over it, and then planning your activity and setting key performance indicators. Okay. So under business goals and objective, as a business goal, you can have general goals for your business. You can have general goals for your business, but at the end of the day, you need to focus this or create the specific objectives, social media objectives. All right. So, for example, this is an example that's here. An example of a business goal. I am Mondi. I'm a hairdresser. My business goals are to get more customers through my door, that is given past, and make more people in my area know my business exists. All right. So that is an example of a business goal, but you need to come up with specific objectives, to be able to understand what that basically expound your business goal. So, for example, you can relate an example of a business goal. If you want to make people aware of your post, what is the online objective related to this? You need to increase online reach and awareness. Then you will be able to, when you have this objective, increasing online reach and awareness, then you should be able to know the kind of post that you can use. You should be able to understand also, if you're running campaigns, what are the objectives for that. If you want to sell more products, you can indicate increase website sales. All right. So basically, objectives are an like expounded statement of a business goal. All right, to understand the specific it will help you understand what kind of specific actions can you do to achieve the objectives, and by extension the business goals. All right. So make sure you understand your goals and objectives when you're planning out your digital marketing strategy. Examples of online strategies, we've gone through this in the last slide. It could be to increase traffic to your website. Then you'll be able to know, what can I do to increase traffic to my website? What kind of channels can I use? You can increase online sales. So what would you need to do to increase online sales? Is it to create more engaging content? Things like that. And then increase social media page likes or follows from my customers. This will help you understand, what kind of content do I need to share them. All right. And then to increase online reach and awareness. So these are basically examples of online objectives. You can formulate others depending on what you want to achieve at the end of the day. You also need to understand your budget and resource. If you're looking at running paid ads, if you're looking at doing organic posting, then you probably not need a budget for that. But what are the kind of resources that you can put in for that? In the comment section, I've just answered a question. Someone has said they don't have time to, create the post for themselves. So what are the kind of resources that you might need? You might need a social media management specialist. So if you indicate this, you'll know the budget for that. I need to pay this person this and this. If you need a graphic designer, you'll need to know, I need to pay them this and this. So it helps in your planning. It helps in, understanding the process of, at the end of the day, achieving your objectives. Okay. So you need to have a budget and understand the resources that you have to achieve, your objectives. I've extensively talked about understanding your audience, understand their behaviors, understand their interests, understand their demographics, understand where they're coming from, what are their challenges, where can you meet them, what are the kind of psychographics surrounding them, and how can I leverage this to work for my business. All right. And also understanding the marketing channels. We've talked about various marketing channels. We've talked about search engine optimization, search engine marketing, content marketing, display marketing, email marketing. We've talked about this. All right. So, what kind of marketing channels can you use depending on the objectives that you have? That's why you need to have your objectives first. It will help you understand the marketing channels that you can use for yourself. Right? So you can choose your channels based on your target audience and goals, basically. All right. So inbound marketing, this is marketing that is tailored towards reaching your specific target audience. All right. So you're sharing content that is tailored to your target audience. Okay. And then outbound marketing, this is just marketing strategy that pushes messages to, potential customers. It's not tailored to them. It's just general marketing. That's why it's important to focus your efforts mostly on inbound marketing, because you get to reach the right people for your business. All right. After understanding your goals and objectives and understanding your target audience, understanding the channels that you can use, and understanding your budget and resource, now you can plan. Now you can make a plan for yourself. If you want awareness, you can sign up for GMB. All right. If you don't have a website, the GMB comes with a free website. The link was posted in the chat box. Make sure you interact with the GMB tool. All right. If you want to do social media marketing, if you're not on social media pages and you need followers, you need more reach, you need awareness, you need to try out social media marketing, you can create social media pages for your business. Okay. If you want to maybe have more people come to your website, you can try out search engine marketing. If you want to do social media marketing, you can look at the various forms of social media marketing that you can use. Can you do messaging ads, carousel ads, messenger ads for yourself? And then last thing you need to do is to set smart KPIs. Set smart KPIs. So these are, when you talk about smart KPIs, these are specific, measurable, attainable, um, relevant, and time sensitive, or time bound goals for your business. So make sure you set smart KPIs for yourself. An example of a smart KPI is, to you can maybe say you want to increase revenue for your business, increase the revenue by 20% by the end of quarter one. So at the end of quarter one, your revenue needs to have increased by 20%. And then you can do monthly checks to check if the revenue is growing. What do I need to work better? It also helps you in tracking your progress. All right. So in creating a digital marketing plan, we've talked about this. You understand your business goal, understand your audience, the channels that you can use, the activities that you can do. If you feel like you need a website, you want to do search engine marketing, you'll definitely need a website for that. All right. So with the business goal, you need to have social media objectives. All right. And then setting smart objectives. Those are the smart KPIs that I've talked about in the previous slide. All right. So basically, those are the 6 steps to building a digital marketing plan for your business. I'm going to pause for questions at this juncture. I know we are a few minutes past time. I'm sorry for that. Uh, but I'll take questions at this point. So I have someone, Mercy has asked, how do I measure my content? So if you're doing content marketing, assuming you're doing what the social media, I mean the normal social media posts, you have the Facebook business manager. You can go to the back end, understand how people interacted with your posts. All right. If you're doing LinkedIn, there's LinkedIn analytics, there's YouTube analytics. So depending on the channel that you're on, you can understand the performance of your content. Also, if you're doing sponsored ads, if you're doing social media marketing, you should also be able to, if you're doing social media ads, you should be able to know the performance of your ads from the Facebook business suite. If you're doing search engine marketing, that is, if you're doing Google ads on your site and you linked it with Google Analytics, you'll be able to know the performance on your ads. So all this is dependent on the kind of ads that you're doing, the kind of contents that you're using, and the channels that you are on. Okay. So I'll have Johanna post the attendance form. Kindly make sure you fill in the attendance form before we close this session. Make sure you fill in the attendance form before we close in this session, and put in your correct names on the form. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? Any more questions? The attendance form will be posted in the chat box. Johanna will post the attendance form. He's just posting it right now. Okay. Make sure you fill in the attendance form. Do we have any questions? Probably before we close, I also talk about the Google Hustle Academy. If you want to learn more about digital marketing, like I mentioned, this session could not cover all the aspects of digital marketing. So you can sign up for the bootcamp. It's a week-long bootcamp. It's free. The link was shared before. That is g.co// hustle academy. Make sure you click on the link. Make sure you sign up for the Hustle Academy. You can also follow us on our social media pages. You can go to you can follow us on our social media pages, digital skills for Africa, that is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Digital skills for Africa. Follow us on our social media pages. You can also follow Impact Her on the social media pages, that is Impact Her on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel. We hold a lot of educational sessions, educative sessions. We hold a lot of them. So if we have an upcoming one, you'll get a reminder to join us. So you make sure you you subscribe on our YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for today. I'll probably see you. We'll have another session with you. I'll see you next time. I hope we all had a good time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Unique in Mercy. Thank you. Okay. Uniquely Charity. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.